Good day, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm Captain Gaurav Rana. I run C and Beyond, and I welcome all of you to this webinar on wherein we'll talk more about the Executive MBA in logistics, supply chain, and maritime management, which is being offered by IIM Mumbai. We'll have why are we doing this session essentially? And so a lot of times, right, at wherever you are, in whichever stage of life you are, you may want to know about various options which are available. What do these options offer? Is it relevant for you? And what are the future for this, right? And to get the questions of these answers, which might seem very simple, a person struggles. And if at all, they get these answers from the best case, a friend who is there, but majorly these answers come from a friend of a friend of a friend who probably would have done it. So there is a communication gap which is happening. So the reason for doing the sessions and these webinars is to increase your awareness about a particular topic. In this case, it's about upskilling about of a certain course, so that you can have information from credible sources, very credible sources. Over here we of course have people from the college itself, IIM Mumbai, and from CMI, who would talk about why and how they have conceived this course, and details further about the course. With this information, all of you could evaluate the relevance of this information, and so that you can take well-informed decision. So that's the idea of doing the webinar. It helps you to take a well-informed decision, whatever that be, but that decision has to be the best for you. That's where we support you. Quick things, some do's and don'ts. There'll be a few slides. The speakers will be talking about each and every topic. You may have a question, but please don't ask that question or right there itself, or don't expect an answer that time. You submit the question in the chat window. We will take it later on if it is not being answered in the following slides. And if possible, if you can keep the question a little generic, it may become difficult for us to answer very, very specific questions, but we will answer them later on, maybe one to one. And we will share the slides for this later on with you as well. With this, let me, all right, just one second. All right, it's a pleasure now to introduce to you Captain Bhasin, who's the chairman for CMI and who is the managing director of MSC Crewing Services India. And so it's essentially brainchild of Company of Master Mariners of India, along with, of course, IIM Mumbai. But the idea was, or I'll let Captain Bhasin talk more about the context, why this course was thought of, why this course is being launched, what are the advantages it could have, so, and why this collaboration happened between CMI and IIM Mumbai. So, Captain Bhasin, thanks for coming in. I know you're not in the best of the places. You've taken special efforts to come and join for this webinar. Thank you so much for that, sir. And over to you, please.
Thank you, Captain Rana. Good afternoon, everyone. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege to address this esteemed gathering today, to share an exciting development that holds immense promise for the maritime and logistic industries. I must make one amendment to what Captain Rana said, that it's a brainchild. It is of CMI. Actually, it is the collaboration between the Company of Master Miners of India, CMI, and the prestigious Indian Institute of Management, IIM Mumbai. This is the collaboration efforts of both the associations. I am delighted to introduce the Executive MBA in Logistics, Supply Chain, Maritime Management, the batch of 2025-2026, a program designed to shape the future of our dynamic and, most importantly, ever evolving industry. As you all are aware, maritime and logistics sectors are experiencing unprecedented growth. Indian government initiatives such as PM Gati Shakti program are catalyzing massive infrastructure development and paving the way for greater efficiency in maritime transport. This has in turn attracted substantial private investment, reflecting a renewed confidence in the sector's potential. However, I repeat, however, this growth presents its own set of challenges. While we have robust talent pool at operational level, there remains a glaring gap when it comes to skilled professionals at the management level. Industry feedback consistently highlights the need for trained leaders who not only understand the complexities of the maritime and logistics sector, but can also navigate intricacies of modern business management. And that is where the handholding, the shake hand of the CMMI and IIM Mumbai comes in. The program aims to address this very gap, a unique blend of maritime expertise and management excellence, tailored to meet the demands as per the industry feedback. Little bit on the objectives of the Executive MBA program. This Executive MBA program is not only an academic initiative. I truly believe it is a mission to enhance and give back to the industry that has given us so much. Allow me to highlight core objective of this endeavor. Empowering industry leaders. I repeat, empowering industry leaders. By providing comprehensive training to professionals, we aim to create a cadre of leaders equipped to steer the maritime logistics sector towards greater efficiency and innovation. Next, collaborating with excellence. This program is a result of collaboration with one of the most reputed institutes in the country, IIM Mumbai. Such a partnership ensures that the participant received world-class education that bridges theory with the real-world applications. Next, marking a milestone in professional development. With this program, we seek to set a benchmark in professional development, offering a platform where the brightest minds in the maritime industry can thrive and contribute meaningfully. Next, a perfect blend of supply chain and management. I spoke about the logistic. Now I'm going to the supply chain and management. The curriculum is carefully curated to combine the technical depth of the supply chain and the strategic insights of the management, making it an ideal choice for those looking to expand their horizons, catering to industry professionals. Designed specifically for professionals already in logistics, supply chain, and maritime sector, this program offers a unique opportunity to advance their careers without stepping away from their responsibilities. As I said, it's a very big and very initiative, important program for both the people working at sea as well as the people working in the shipping industry ashore. If you're looking to enhance your career, to have a life of learning, fulfillment, ladies and gentlemen, look no further. This is the program for you. My thanks to everyone. The panelist after me will now explain more about the course, admission criteria, and other details. We also have some students of the first batch who will share their experiences with you. And I'm looking forward to hearing from all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for telling the thought process behind why this course was launched, what's the objective of the course. And I'm sure with the other panelists, we'll be able to hear more about their thoughts and how the course is designed further. Thank you so much for your input, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So before introducing the professors from IIM Mumbai, let me also take one poll, and this poll would have your introduction, the introduction of the people in this webinar. So there's a poll which you should see on your screen, and while you take the poll, allow me to please introduce Professor Veepan and Professor Jasashwi in this webinar. So Professor Veepan is an assistant professor in the area of operations and supply chain. He earned his PhD in Operations and Supply Chain Management from the Department of Management Studies at IIT Delhi. He has over 2 years of teaching experience and 4 years of research experience, and specializes in the technological trends in manufacturing such as Industry 4.0, digital manufacturing, and intelligent business operations. He has, of course, published several research articles in international journals and presented his work in international conferences in both India and the US. So glad that you managed to come over here, Professor Veepan. We look forward to hear from you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. And we also have Professor Jasashwi Mandal with us. She's an assistant professor in the area of analytics and data science. Wow. I mean, that's essentially what we need, technology and domain. So that's great to have Professor Jasashwi, you as well. She's worked as a visiting researcher at the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering at Norwegian University of Science and Technology, Norway. She received her PhD from Department of Mathematics at the IIT Kharagpur, India, and she teaches the courses on data science for managerial decision, business applications of AI and ML technology, optimization and decision techniques, and digital and cyber physical systems. And she has published her work in reputed international journals such as Information Science, International Journal of Production Research, Journal of Cleaner Production, and Computer and Industrial Engineering. Glad that you could make out time to attend this webinar and present more about IIM Mumbai and about the course. Thank you both of you for taking out time. We have the responses from the attendees as well, and let me just end this poll and share what kind of audience do we have. So we've got 82% of the audience has sailed on merchant vessels, and rest haven't sailed. And in terms of where they stand, at what positions they're working, so about 66% are working at a management level, 32% at an operations level, and 2% at a support level. So over to you, Professor Veepan, Professor Jasashwi, to take us through the next slides, please.
Thank you, sir. So I will start about the IIM Mumbai. I will briefly introduce what the institute is doing. So IIM Mumbai is basically, earlier it was known as NITI, was established by Government of India in 1996 with the aid of United Nations Development Program through international level organization. It comes under Ministry of Education, Government of India. Director of the institute, Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari sir, and chairman is Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty ji. Currently, we have 1,200 students enrolled for various courses such as MBA in General Management, MBA in Operations and Supply Chain Management, MBA in Sustainability Management. Also, of course, we have some other courses which are research programs such as PhD VLFM. So VLFM stands as Visionary Leadership for Manufacturing, and DGMP program, which is specifically for 6-month course designed for short service commission officer who is in the Tri-Services, Air Force, Navy, and Army. And also, you will happy to know that under the leadership of our director, sir, IIM Mumbai has been known for or quoted or designated as hub for capacity building, basically in the initiative of PM Gati Shakti. And also, we have started different global online certification programs in collaboration with well-known professor in the area of operations supply chain management, and you might be seeing that we run series of online certification program in collaboration with Professor Sanchi Levy. He is a director of data science lab at MIT, US. He's a well-known authority in the area of analytics, operations, supply chain, and he has been a very good support in terms of providing training, in terms of providing expertise, and also guiding us in terms of the recent trends which are happening in the domain of supply chain and analytics. Though we have various center of excellence in the institute, but primarily as Niti is earlier known for operation and supply chain, his legacy was in the domain of analytics and operation supply chain. We also have a dedicated center which pertain and which come in the and fulfill the requirement of doing the research in the area of logistics and supply chain. So this slide particularly briefly introduce about what IIM Mumbai is. And apart from this, we are also engaged in various online programs. Recently, we have started with the Executive MBA program with Tata Electronics that is dedicated for their executives. Also, we are doing some online program specifically for PSUs pertaining to their needs. Coal India Limited, we have designed one program. This is 1 year program. And also we have recently we started 1 year financial management course with NSC. Other recently program which has been initiated by the institute is 2 year executive MBA program, which is dedicated in the perspective of general management. So I request Captain Gaurav to please move to the next slide. Thank you. So this slide talks about the admission process of this program, which is basically executive program in logistics, supply chain, and maritime management. So basically, before I start with the admission process, I would like to highlight what is a forte of this program, what is the main mission and the vision of this program, and who should select or enroll for this program. As you say, Captain Bhasin has already very nicely pointed out that maritime sector, specifically, if we talk about Viksit Bharat, we are in the era of Viksit Bharat, and a lot of other initiatives are coming up by the government of India to promote infrastructure developments across the country. And without the logistics sector enhancement, we cannot come up what we call as or become as a good in terms of the contribution as a GDP. So logistics sector is experience a rapid growth with an expected 18% in the increase in the job opportunities by 2032. And if you see, this growth is significantly higher than the average of all the occupation, highlighting the demand for skilled profession in logistics and shipping. Also, I would like to highlight a key insight in terms of the statistics. India is set to become a major contributor to the global maritime workforce with a projection to supply 20% of the world's seafarer by 2030. Also, other initiatives like Sagarmala project, which has been dedicatedly tried to revolutionize India's maritime infrastructure with over 150 projects focused on enhancing the efficiency of the ports, shipping, and waterways. And considering all these things which will coming in next 5 to 10 years, so pursuing an MBA in shipping will certainly help you or equip you with the critical skills and the knowledge that is required to excellence in today's VUCA environment. VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment, right? In the field of maritime and logistics. So wherever you are advancing in your current role or switching to a new sector, this degree opens numerous career paths in a vital part of the global economy. Now, let me just introduce you give you the overview of the program. So, as mentioned by Vasim ji, he has told that we are the association, we collaborated and we try to had a lot of interaction and try to come up with a program that caters the needs of the maritime sectors. A lot of round of interaction has happened. Near about 2 years, we tried to figure out the program, we structured it, and then a lot of brainstorming happened. What should be the content? What should be the course structure? And after followed rigorous meeting, we come up with a program and we try to segregate that in different modules that can be covered in 2 years. So duration, we set it as 2 years, but it is a flexible type of option we have provided that degree can be extended to 3 years, right? And so as far as eligibility is concerned, which is being written in the slide also, I will just briefly introduce you what is the eligibility requirement. As far as the person who is coming from the maritime, they need to have minimum 3 years of seafaring experience post first certificate of competency, and he or she need to have a bachelor degree or equivalent from any university. So that is for marines. I hope I'm speaking right, Bhasin ji.
That is correct, sir. That is correct.
Okay. Okay.
Is a
Yeah.
graduate to the equivalent for the mariners plus 3 years sea experience with a certified certificate with a COC.
Yes. First certificate of competency. Yeah.
Yes.
And as far as the non-marines are concerned, their eligibility criteria is that he or she need to have a bachelor degree from the recognized university, and followed by they need to have, the candidate should have 5 years of experience, right? In addition to this, if the candidate has already successfully completed or qualified GMAT CAT, then they are eligible to fill the application form, or we will conduct our uh, management aptitude test that is known as MMAT. So that is IMAT. It stands for IIM Mumbai Management Aptitude Test. So I will also talk about what should be the criteria, what should be the duration, what should be the syllabus for it. It would be of near 1 or 2 hours test. Typically, it will be held in a digital platform. It can be in the form of some uh, WebEx or something. We will provide that. And the syllabus would be certainly as the standard of the CAT. So it will comprise of verbal ability, reading comprehension, data interpretation, logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, and GK, right? And we are planning to conduct it twice. So this IMAT will be conducted twice. So the candidates who appeared in first attempt, if they feel insecure that they are not able to qualify the cutoff, so they can opt for the second option that we have got for conducting the second test. I hope this makes sense. Pankaj, you want to add something?
Absolutely correct, sir. Absolutely correct.
Okay. And as far as the qualifying marks which is concerned is a 50. You need to score 50 irrespective of, and we will also follow the reservation as per the government rule. Yeah. And how to apply for it? So there are two sources. One is you can directly opt or open the website, which is will be provided by CMY. And we have also created one page on our site. So once you open to IIM Mumbai website, so you can refer to the executive program section where you could figure out that we have created one dedicated tab, which gives you the overview of this program, the structure of the program, right? All the details related to the different modules, right? So how to apply method can be accessed either two way. You can go to CMMI website. So that stands as a true view, CMMI, right? Another, you can approach through our website also, you can fill the application form in that sense. Right, Pankaj?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes,
That is the advantage of having a tie-up or collaboration with IIM. With
yes.
such intelligent minds, there is nothing left for CMI to speak, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as the timelines are concerned, the timeline that has been fixed is 20th April, and then we'll start our procedure. We will conduct the exams. We'll conduct the second exam followed by the interview. Interview will be conducted based on the experts which are being from the CMMI and the experts from the institute. And once the student who successfully qualify the exam overall, for example, the written test and the will be called for the interview, and the overall merit will be prepared based on the both the performance in their interview and the written test. And 15 days window will be provided to them for doing the payment. And upon that, they need to freeze their seat. That date and timings we will specify as we move ahead with the rest part of the course. Next, I will just talk about the program fees now. So program fees is 15 lakhs. So that comprises of 2 years, right? So at the time of admission, 1 lakh, we have kept it as a booking fees that you need to pay. Once you confirm that you have qualified, you have been called, and we will send the offer letter. So you have to pay 1 lakh to fix your seat, right? And also after a week, you need to pay uh, the 9 lakh rupees. That makes 10 lakhs actually. So this 10 lakhs you need to pay to the institute before the commencement of the class, right? So once the class is started, before the commencement of class, you need to pay the fees, which is 10 lakh rupees. And the remaining 5 lakhs you have to pay at the end of the first year only. Right? So these are the things, that is 15 lakhs. So 10 lakhs you have to pay before the commencement of the first year, that is module 1. And the remaining 5 lakhs you have to pay at the end of the first year, right? Yeah. So as far as installment is concerned, you can talk to the banks, right? If they provide you some loan, we will also help you in terms of the loan. So our institute has a SBI bank in case you require any aid, so we can connect you to them. Now, as far as the pedagogy is concerned, so a lot of students might having, or the participant might having a confusion or ambiguity in their mind. Will it be a totally online, or would there some module which will be offline? So it is just a blend, but mostly it would be online. So let me just brief you about the different modules which are planned across the 2 years. Okay. So first year, you will have 4 modules. So first module will start as soon as you took the admission. So it will start in the month of June, and it will last till September this year, right? And the subjects would be very basic subjects to just give you the overview of the different aspects of the logistics, different aspects of the supply chain and maritime management. Though we have kept one separate module which caters the need or the requirement which are required to gain some expertise or the knowledge in the domain of maritime. So if you talk about module 1, we have 5 subjects so that are business analytics and statistics. Second is business accounting. Third is organization behavior. Fourth is operation management, and last one is your marketing management. So that comprises your module 1, which will be completed till September. Now, as far as the classes are concerned, faculty will be teaching online, and students need to attend in the online, in the real time mode, right? As far as the recording is concerned, so as per the rule, whatever the rule would be there, you will get the recording and all those things, right? Now we have second module which is planned, and every course has some requirements. There are some expectations as far as one course is concerned, and this course, one course you are given 3 credits, so you have to earn the credits. So one subject you have 20 session, and each session is 1.5 hours. So that makes that makes 30 hours, right? As far as the second module is concerned, which will start from September and end in the month of December, and the subjects like logistics and supply chain management, microeconomics, operations research, human resource management, corporate finance would be taught by IIM Mumbai faculty. As far as the pedagogy is concerned, a lot of case studies, recent one which are from the HBR, Harvard Business Review. A lot of research articles would be taught by the faculty members, and new things which are coming in the area of maritime, in the area of logistics and supply chain, so that you will get the real and the practical context with these type of organizations are facing. Now, third module is very interesting. It would be in the institute itself, but the whole responsibility of delivering the content and the presentation would be taken up by CMMI faculty members. So this starts with maritime economics, right? International maritime policy, commercial management of ships, technical operations management, and maritime insurance, claim handling, and general management. So these are the few subjects would be taught by CMMI faculty members who will be coming to the institute, and also the successful candidate who will join this course would also need to come in person in order to earn the credit for these courses. The third module is dedicated for action learning project, so which starts from March to April 2026. And this action learning project would be in terms of uh, taking up the topic, which is very, very relevant in terms of the practicality is concerned. And based on the experience, you can select, you can talk to the faculties. So once this module start, all the participants who are part of this program would be allocated to some faculty members. That faculty members can be from IIM Mumbai, it can be from CMMI, and these faculty members will do the initial hand-holding in terms of finalizing the topic, but the topic should come out from the participants based on their experience and the learning that they have gained till module third, right? And it can be in the form of going for simulation, it can be in the form of doing some optimization, it can be in the form of doing some data analytics. So based on their comfort level and the expertise, the participants or the students can opt for this action learning project, right? Now this completes the first year. Second year is again starts from June, and it is a module 5, which is online, and the content of the subjects in the presentation would be done by the IIM Mumbai faculty. So the subject include microeconomics, project management, sustainability management, leadership management, business strategy and communication, and port and terminal management. So some of the subjects like port and terminal management might be taken by the faculty member from the CMMI. So that completes our module 5. Module 6, now as core subject has been finished, so we are left with the 2 modules which would be elective subjects. So electives, again, there are 2 forms of elective, and we have kept the 2 modules. For example, module 6 is dedicated only for maritime electives, and these electives would be floated by faculty members from the CMMI. It would be conducted in online mode, and the duration, the month would start from September to December 2026. So we have created our bracket of the electives where candidates can pool or choose 5 electives from the list of maritime electives, right? Now, as far as module 7 is concerned, you have management electives, and these electives, again, the same structure. You will be given some list of electives, and you are free to choose 5 out of the list that is given to you. So according to your level, for example, you want to do some courses which are pertaining to your requirement. For example, you want to excel in finance, so you can create some bracket related to that aspect, right? Now that completes a 2 year. But apart from this, you will be given an opportunity to do a lot of global online certification program, which we initially I mentioned in the first slide, that the institute is also conducting various global online certification program by the different professors. So you are also as you are part of the institute, so you are also eligible to do these certification courses, but you will not be awarded any certification. You have to, these courses would be just like a credit course to you. You have to earn this in terms of submitting the assignment, in terms of doing the group presentation, in terms of uh, uh, becoming part of engaging with a teacher for the discussion, and you will be awarded, and you will be judged based on the performance in the class. Then followed by the action learning project, which I have already mentioned you about, that would be specifically based on your experience. You can opt for the topic and discuss with the faculty members. They will do the initial handholding in order to finalize the topic, brief you about what should be the relevance of this topic. According to your comfort level, you can go ahead with that topic, right? And now as far as the duration is concerned, because each subject comprise of need to be conducted in 30 hours. That means 20 session, and every session is 1.5 hours. So that makes 30 hours, and nearly 12 weeks are required to complete one module. Now, as far as the credit is concerned, so each subject in a program is allocated a 3 credit, and each subject involves 30 hours of teaching and learning aspect. So accordingly, you will be awarded that credits. Apart from this, the students is expected to maintain the attendance as per the rules and regulation which is being prescribed by the institute in relation to this. Now, the things which are pending, let me just brief you about, I think I have covered a lot of things, but if anything is pending, let me just check. Professor Jasashwi, if you want to add something which I have missed, you are free to add.
So thank you, sir. You have nicely explained all the details. So I think it's fine, sir.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Gauravji.
Thanks a lot, Professor Veepan. I think you gave a very comprehensive view and in a very logical manner. You know, you've- I think with your overview, it's not just that what we are doing, why we are doing, what can people expect, um, what are the collaborations, other courses which are happening. So you've given a very nice comprehensive overview about the course. So thanks a lot for that. And um, let's now ask one of the current students and Captain Vinay is there, I guess. Captain Vinay is doing the course now, this current batch. And let me ask him that when you enrolled for this course, right? What was the thought process? Of course, it was the first batch when you thought about enrolling. So with what were your thoughts when you enrolled, and how is it going in your current batch?
Yeah. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Captain Gaurav. And good afternoon, everyone. Seniors from professors from IIM and our industry seniors from CMMI. Good afternoon, all. So yeah, first I would like to thank IIM and CMMI to giving me this opportunity to speak and share my experience and why I choose to pursue this executive MBA in logistics, supply chain, and maritime management at IIM Mumbai. So I would like to, I will share my perspective why I choose this MBA and what all were the circumstances leading, to me to enroll for this program. So just to give you a brief about my experience, so I was a sailing master mariner, so with over about 16-year experience at sea and about 1.5 years experience working ashore in HSCQ and maritime marine operations superintendent. So right now I'm working with Milaha Ship Management as marine operations superintendent. So when I was sailing, even when I was working ashore, I always think about. I always wondered how I can enhance my skill and how I can contribute more to the shipping industry. So when I was working ashore or at sea, I thought of enhancing my skills, enhancing my knowledge, basically to take up the leadership role in future, and which course is better to basically enhance my managerial and decision making capabilities. So I was always thinking of that. Initially, I explored on few programs which were offered in the European colleges, but however, most of these programs are full time and require on-campus attendance of 12 to 15 months. And also a significant financial investment is required for attending this program. So plus relocating there with your families. So it always keep me away to pursue my dream of pursuing a post graduation program, because it will be a heavy financial burden, plus you will be without a job for over a year. So I always wanted to do the program post graduation masters in something like this, but I always took a back step, thinking about this financial burden and away and without a livelihood for so long. So I think somewhere around this time only, the last year, I came across through in my CMMI. I was a CMMI member. I am a CMMI member. So I came across in my CMMI group that CMMI has collaborated with IIM and they are going to launch this Pioneer program. And it will be a first batch, and they are going to launch last year. So I started doing more and more research about it. I started gathering information. Then I came to know CMMI has collaborated with IIM for this program, and being IIM erstwhile NITI with over 60 years of industry presence. The college is 60 years old, and I would say they are the pioneer and the excellence. They are like pioneer in the logistic and supply chain management in India. So I decided, same time I decided to enroll, made up my mind. I decided and made up my mind to enroll for this program, and there was no second thought about it. There was some personal significance also there for me because two of my immediate family members, they are the alumni of IIM Mumbai, the erstwhile NITI. And I've seen personally, how the education and how the institute has shaped up their careers and how their perspective has changed after attending this course, and they are doing well in their career. So I decided to enroll for this course, and obviously the IIM degree, which will be awarded, and the alumni status, which will be awarded after this course. So there was no second thought about it. So it was very convenient. You can work simultaneously, and also you can attend the classes. You don't have to take a long break, or you don't have to compromise on your livelihood. You don't have to shift to other countries, other place to earn a good reputed degree. So all these were the factors actually, which lead up and were the main decision-making thing for pursuing this course. Also, while doing research, I would say when I was doing the research, I would say this is the only program in the whole Southeast Asia which is which is giving such a flexible way of attending, and the curriculum is in line with our industry, the maritime industry, and the supply chain and logistics. So I can say there is no other program which is so flexible right now present in the entire Southeast Asia, which will give you such a good exposure alongside the good institute, along with a good institute. Also, what attracted me the most, in this program is the blended format of it. There is a 70% it's online and 30% which is the offline format. So it helps you to actually come to campus and get a feel of how the classes will be there in the campus, and you also get to interact with all the faculties from IIM. So that is basically a very good part of this program. I know CMMI and IIM has worked for so many years to develop this curriculum, and this is what really the best part which attracted me the most in this program. Also, as we all are aware that now our Indian maritime industry and our is now right now on a perfectly growing track, and with the introduction of government, with the help of the government, and there are a lot of initiatives which is implemented in the shipping and maritime, such as Sagarmala project and the PM Gati Shakti project, which is basically leading to the modernization and the development of our inland waterways, modernization and development of our ports, and also the multimodal logistic connectivity basically in our country. So I would say right now this is one of the best program for the maritime professional like us. Till now, I would say there were a few programs available in the industry, but to align yourself with the government initiative and to gain knowledge and how you can fit yourself in the India's expanding maritime vision. So, and to equip yourself with the managerial capabilities and decision-making capabilities, I would say this is right now the best program available in India right now for all the maritime professionals to develop your career and to gain more and more knowledge of the field. Also, I would like to, appreciate the efforts from CMMI and IIM. I know it took almost 5 to 6 years to materialize this program and to launch the program last year. So there was a lot of efforts which is involved, like a lot of efforts involved in developing the curriculum. And the curriculum is also, like having a equal weightage from the maritime field also and the supply chain and logistics, which will, along with the managerial subjects which Professor Veepan has already told you about. So it's a perfect blend of the management plus the shipping plus the maritime, and then the forte of the IIM Mumbai, the supply chain and logistics, which is there, the best part of it. Also, to conclude, I would say this: by joining this program, it was a strategic decision on my part to invest and to invest in my future growth. And I would say it will help me to prepare myself as a future leader or a future manager, and to acquire and to learn the skills and knowledge which will help me out to basically grow alongside the growing Indian maritime industry right now. What how we are growing. So this was basically a brief I would like to share on my view why I choose to pursue, and I would like to thank everyone. And over to you, Captain Gaurav. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Vinay. I think that is a great perspective. One thing which I think a lot of the attendees would thank you for is because you have saved them all the research work that they would want to do later on or they would have already done. So with your kind, perspective, I think that research work is definitely saved. Good job in the research work which you did, honestly, and also, of course, having someone in the family who's from the same college and reap benefit out of it, that of course helps. But
Yeah,
thanks,
true.
thanks for a very good overview on why did you select the course.
Thank you, Captain Gaurav.
Thanks. To all, we will also have Captain Chandrakant, who would at the end, who's also a student in the batch, and he would talk about the benefits that he has also gained. But for now, we'll have Captain Shiv Halbe talk about the relevance of this course. Captain Shiv is the chairman of the Executive MBA program and holds the essential position of Chief Executive Officer of the Maritime Association of Ship Owners, Ship Manager and Agents, MASA. And he's of course been a master mariner, and he's managed ownership and ship management companies earlier as well. So over to you, Captain Halbe, and we've 55 minutes into the webinar already. We planned it for about 45 minutes. So I'm sorry, but we'll have to, just check the time once, please, sir.
Yeah, yes, thank you, Gaurav. And any management course has to start with management of time first, I guess. So thank you for the heads up. Good afternoon to all of you from sunny Mumbai. A lot has been said about how it was set up, why it was set up, how we partnered. But I thought I must clarify one simple thing, that though company of master mariners partnered with IIM or NITI as it was known then, the course itself is not focused only on the mariners. It is open. It is open to all the candidates who wish to take, subject to them meeting the qualification criteria. The relevance of the course itself, 90% of the global trade is by the sea route, or we call it the maritime trade. But this maritime trade is only from port to port, and the cargoes or the goods need to reach the hinterland, and that is where the shore-based logistics and supply chain comes in. And this is an effort actually to integrate both the maritime as well as the shore-based ends together to come so that a more leaner and meaner and efficient system can be evolved with the knowledge and understanding from both sides. There is a beautiful paper published by Professor Rekha Chikalkar from IIM Mumbai about efficiency in logistics. And what she has actually said is that almost 50% of the logistic costs are related to transport. So if you can make the transport system more efficient, it will bring the costs down. And of course, any efficiency in the system is going to benefit the nation at large, all of us. So with these short words, I will stop here because there are a lot of questions and I think they need to be answered. I saw one question asked by a lady, by a potential student about the alumni association. Well, IIM itself has a very strong alumni association, and I leave Professor Jasashwi or Professor Veepan to talk about that maybe at an appropriate time. Thank you very much, Gaurav, and I hope I have not disappointed you with timekeeping.
No, sir, not at all. Quick and short and very effective. Thank you so much, sir. And Smita, if you could share the presentation now. We have Captain Pankaj Kapoor, who is managing partner in a Quadrant legal firm, and he's of course a maritime lawyer, one of the very few master mariners who are maritime lawyers as well. And he is also the person who is essentially as a project manager managing the entire course from CMI perspective as well. And of course, he's the person who guides us in terms of how do we position the course. So over to you, Captain Pankaj, and if you could talk more about the modules, how is it integrated, the application process, the fees. I know it's been touched upon earlier as well, but over to you, sir, if you could quickly talk that through, and a gentle reminder on the time check as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Captain Gaurav. Good afternoon to everybody. I do not promise to do time management like Captain Halbe. I have been given the opportunity of being a project manager and also to guide the students. So I think it's my mandate and obligation to ensure that the right information in the right quantity reaches everybody. So no promises from my side of time management. But yes, I will bear that in mind. Consider the manufacturing of Maruti. It has millions of parts. They come from close to 42 different countries. They're all coming by air or by sea or by land, assembled at Maruti. A car is created, sent out to the customer, and suddenly there is a complaint. So the entire lot is to be withdrawn, and those parts are sent back to their original places of origin and corrected and brought back. This is a monumental exercise, way beyond anybody's imagination, and that involves not only rail, road, but also sea transport. And that is where this course pitches in. It's going to train the people in this fantastic logistic industry. Now, I'll touch a little bit about all the speakers who were there before me. Captain Bhasin spoke about evolving industry. Yes, that is true. It is a $420 billion industry only in India. And by 2032 or 2033, it is going to be a $520 billion industry. The country needs tremendous amount of skilled managers. We don't have that. Currently, all those people who are managing the entire logistic industry are learning through their courses, through their jobs. We need somebody who can pitch in straight away after this course. And I'm very, very happy to share with everybody that 5 very major organizations have openly declared that they are going to absorb the students who complete this course. There was a question in the chat box as to what is the prospect after that. Well, the course is started in August, just 4 months away, and 5 major industries have openly announced that they want students, and more are coming in to absorb students from this particular course. Now, Captain Vinay, thank you very much for the glowing tribute which you have given to this course. Let me also clarify one point which somebody raised in the chat box, that how is it different from other courses? Well, the mere name of IIM makes it totally different from the other courses available in the market. There are plenty, but name of IIM itself provides that strength, that prestige, and that force which is required for anybody to do this course, and not only do the course, but also to get an assurance of a job. And it is not only in India, it is worldwide. IIM carries a very, very huge respect. So whether you are in India or you're abroad, I don't think you need to worry about the job front. The added advantage which you have is that you're already a part of the logistic industry by being in the maritime sector. So anybody who's not in maritime sector, is a non-maritime, is in logistics or supply chain, or even my industry like legal field, they are all going to benefit from this fantastic course. I don't have to dwell too much. Professor Veepan has already covered most of it. I've already told you the relationship between the maritime logistics supply chain and the possibilities of the job. Can we go on to the next slide, please? This already has been covered, but I'm only by Professor
Okay.
Veepan. I'm only going.
Abhi silence, Papa call.
Yeah, well, there was somebody, not a problem. So Professor Veepan has already covered the entire course. I'm only going to touch on the maritime part, but let me be very, very clear. Please allow me to clarify that it is not only a maritime management course. It is predominantly, rather 80% of it is logistics and supply chain with a flavor of maritime. So maritime is only 20%, 80% is logistics and supply chain. But on your screen, you can see that there are 5 courses in the module 3, one in module 5, which touches the maritime part. Rest all the modules touch the management part. There are going to be 12 electives in the maritime part, of which the students would be given a choice and they can choose any 5 of them depending on their interest. They want to be an expert in port management, they can choose that. They want to be an expert in logistics, they can choose that. They want to be an expert in insurance, they can choose that. So there are 12 electives and you are given a choice to choose any 5, and we would conduct those. They each carry a certain credit, which is already available in the brochure, which will be uploaded in the IIM website and also on CMI's website. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So these are the courses which are going to be taught by CMI. It's in module 3, and one of them is in module 5. Professor Veepan has already touched on the subject, so Captain Gaurav has already warned me of the time management, so I'll skip that. Can we go to the next slide, please? These are the options available for 12 maritime electives. Students have to choose any 5 of them. Next one, please. So what is in it for me? Well, all I can say that I don't think this question should ever come to our mind. What is there in it for me? The entire horizon, the entire world, the entire logistics, supply chain, shipping, port management, chartering firms, freight forwarders, everything, the entire world opens up to you. So from a ship's life, you suddenly, when you do this course, you suddenly realize, oh my God, this ship is not the only way. There is a huge lot of horizon, huge lot of opportunities available to me. And with your kind of expertise, I can only assure you that the world, after this course, the opportunities are endless. Before I end, just a quick sharing of an anecdote. One of the fellows who did his master's, rather ASM, which you all understand, never went back to sea to get command. Immediately after that, he did an MBA. And just few months back, he called me and said, "Sir, I need to share with you some very fantastic news. I have been appointed as a vice president of a marine insurance company with a package of 65 lakhs." And that was at a young age of just 35. So you can imagine what the life store has in store for him when he reaches the retirement age. I'm sure he's going to touch a package of 4 or 5 crores, provided he continues in the job. But if he leaves the job, there is enough amount of experience backing him. He can start his own marine insurance firm. Uh, With that, I hope Captain Gaurav has managed to convey whatever was expected out of me.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. You beautifully build up on whatever was presented earlier as well. Thank you so much for your presentation, sir. And Smita, we can stop sharing the presentation now. And we now have Captain Chandrakant, and he's also a current student in this batch. And if we may have Captain Chandrakant, you talk about how is it going, how is the rigors of the course, how you managing it, any key takeaways that you have during this course, and how do you look forward to it. So over to you, Captain Chandrakant, now.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Thanks.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Basically, everyone has spoken much about the course. So, good afternoon, respected IIM professors, distinguished members of the CMMI, my dear colleagues, and all attendees. It is an absolute honor and privilege to stand before you. So, I'm going to reflect on my journey, how this program and what this program has provided. I'm filled with gratitude and immense respect for this institution, its faculty, like Professor Veepan and Professor Jasashwi Madam is present here, and the visionaries, CMMI, who have shaped it into what it is today. So I basically I brief about myself. I'm a sailing master with Anglo-Stone, and I'm just going to share my journey throughout this program. Allow me to highlight some key aspects of this transformative journey that I believe will resonate with the incoming batch. So first thing, I would like to talk about the diversity. I think my colleague Captain Vinay has already shared about the diversity of the batch. Another remarkable feature of this program is the diversity. What my batch is composed of. Our batch comprises professionals from both ship and shore, juniors to seniors. We have the third engineers, second officers, chief officers, ETOs, chief engineers, sailing masters, superintendents, technical superintendents, and few from non-selling background as well. So this creates a unique blend of perspectives, experiences, and expertise. This diversity fosters a rich learning environment where we can exchange ideas, challenge assumptions sometimes, and build a deeper understanding of the concerned subjects or topics which is being taught in the class. Let me go through the curriculum. I think already Professor Veepan and even the Pankaj sir has explained enough about it. I'll just give a short brief about most striking aspect of this program is the innovative curriculum. It is meticulously designed to ensure that the learning experience is both comprehensive and practical. That is in form of case studies, reading articles, group discussion, and so on. The forward-thinking approach and interaction with faculty gives another boost in achieving the milestone of the confidence. If I further go about how the course is going, like study materials, slides, sharing by professors. So here the professors deserve a special mention for their dedication and efforts in simplifying the learning process. The sharing of well-structured study materials and insightful slides has been instrumental in enriching our understanding of complex subjects. These resources, crafted with precision and clarity, have served as a guiding light in our academic endeavors. A recent example I can share, like faculty is very approachable on phones and emails for the doubts clarification. We recently had a doubt clarification sessions for the corporate finance prior exam. This is really commendable that professors are responding in their personal time. Further, if I talk about the exam schedules, the very commendable feature, of this program is its flexibility. For working professionals like us, juggling responsibilities between career, family, and studies is no easy feat. Yet, this program's flexible scheduling of exams and classes has been a true enabler. The adaptability demonstrated by the institutions ensures that every participant, regardless of their professional commitments, can successfully navigate the academic journey. Though there are challenges, but the saying is everything has a cost and nothing comes for free. And that is where your personal management comes into the place. I'll just talk about already the Pankaj sir has said this institute is pioneer in supply chain management. But if I talk about the subjects and classes so far conducted for our batch, since the institute is pioneer in supply chain and known for it, but the program is not confined to that. It has a vast horizon to cover all aspects for the business studies. It's data-driven classes taken by MIT Professor Simchi Levy and in presence of Professor Manoj Tiwari. Module 1-2 completed for us as explained by Professor Veepan in the previous sessions. So we are going for the module 3 in January, the maritime module, which will be conducted in the campus. In module 1 and 2, we have embarked on our journey from learning organizational behavior to human resource management, marketing management, business and data analytics, operations management to operations research, business accounting to corporate finance, and yet we are on a journey to experience more. I'll just conclude about it's a famous saying is learning is never a waste. So I want to emphasize the sheer joy and fulfillment that comes from learning. This program has reaffirmed a timeless truth. Learning is never a waste. Every lecture, every discussion, and every assignment contributes to our personal and professional growth. The journey may be demanding at times, challenging at times, but the rewards far outweigh the challenges. To the new batch, I urge you to embrace this opportunity with open minds and hearts. Thank you once again for this opportunity to share my journey. I wish the new batch all the very best in their journey ahead. May this program be transformative and rewarding for you. And I guess that's it from my side. All has spoken a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Gaurav. Over to you.
Thanks, Chandrakant. That was wonderful, and I'm glad to see Marina's also using a bit more corporate language, learning more on finance, because that was at least my area. I mean, um, uh, not that it's something that it's very, very difficult to learn, but it's something which we feel we don't know. It's just that feeling of maybe being a little inferior because we don't know about these terms. But when you start learning, you are able to adapt and then hopefully use them as well. So thanks for bringing all of that information to all of us. And so thank you all the panelists telling us about the course, about the admission criteria, about the pedagogy. And now I think the attendees are waiting for their questions to be answered. A few questions have been answered, and we may not take them depending on the level of question, but I'll start taking the questions, and I will direct it to the relevant presenter. Just one small note: Captain Bhasin had to go somewhere, so he's not in this session right now. He wanted me to inform everyone. Now to the Q&A session. So I think the first question, which will very relevant to the 70% of the audience over here, and if I may ask Captain Pankaj to take this, and maybe Captain Chandrakant or Captain Vinay, if you would want to add on to it. Can the course be taken with someone who is sailing and who doesn't want to, I mean, who's currently sailing? So 2 years during sailing, can this course be taken? Captain Pankaj.
All right. So I think both Captain Vinay and Captain Chandrakant have touched on it, that they already have batchmates who are currently sailing. Most of the some of the modules which are online, the classes are in the evening, Indian Standard Time, are in the evening on the weekends. That means somewhere around 4 o'clock in the evening. I think the exact times Captain Vinay and Captain Chandrakant can let you know. They're on the weekends and maybe on the Friday, if it is necessary. Otherwise, it is on weekends. Number one. Number two, yes, people who are sailing are doing it, provided they have a very strong internet availability on board. I have been told that there is something called Starlink, which is very powerful. So there are people who are doing it, but at the same time, it is not 100% online course. It is a blended course. So two modules, that is module 3 and module 7, will be in person in the IIM campus. There is a reason for it that our course cannot be like any other course. It has to be slightly different. It has to, on completion, it has to provide a fantastic opportunity for everybody to get a job. And when you go for a job and you say you have completed the entire course online, the probability of you getting a job reduces. But if you say that, yes, we have interacted with our fellow students, we have interacted with some of the marvelous professors, then the job situation improves, the probability improves. And that is the whole purpose of having these two modules online, in person. But we do appreciate that people are sailing, and hence a normal module online is 3 months, but the one where you have to be in the campus in IIM is reduced to 6 weeks, purely for the comfort of those who are sailing. And these modules are in Jan, Feb of each year. So if you join this batch, it will be Jan, Feb 26 and Jan, Feb 27. So I think whoever is sailing can very easily manage his sign-on, sign-off basis these 2 months where he has to be in the campus. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Captain Vinay, Captain Chandrakant, would you want to add on to what Captain Pankaj said?
Yeah, actually what Captain Pankaj said, as a working professional like me, who is attending 9 to 6 office, the classes are over the weekends, the online classes are over the weekends. So I can easily manage it, right? So classes are normally Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's evening Friday, it's evening 6 to 9. So once I finish my office, I can attend the class, and Saturday, Sunday is anyways the off day. And I think my batchmate Captain Chandrakant has attended the first two modules from ship only. So if you have a good connectivity on ship, if you have a good bandwidth, yes, you can attend the classes from ship. I think 25% of our batchmates, 25 to 30% of our batchmates were attending the classes from ship. Also, there were few, batchmates in our class who are attending the classes from foreign location. Means they're working ashore in foreign location like Dubai, Singapore, Malaysia, and they were adjusting and attending the classes from those locations also. So we have a very diverse, participants in our batch from all part of the industry.
Thanks, Captain Vinay. Thanks. Appreciate. Lokesh, course entrance eligibility, I think that's already been explained. Gaurav, glad to have that continued association with you. So let's take, you have 3 questions. I think we've touched upon the career placement part, but let's once again, because that's one thing which everyone wants to clearly know more about. And maybe Captain Halbe, if you could talk about placement opportunities, I think during the course and post as well. I know a few people have already been, placed doing some internships as well. But over to you if you could talk about more about this one. So you're on mute.
Thank you, Gaurav. The IIM refers to this, the internship on this course, as a action learning project. And they will explain, not now, but to the current batch at least, they will explain how that system is supposed to work. Regarding placements, which is obvious question, the enthusiasm which the maritime industry especially has shown is quite remarkable, and frankly we are somewhat overwhelmed by the reaction. Just the yesterday yesterday was a Friday. On Thursday, I had a chance meeting with a ship owner, and when I explained to him this, just give me some more details. I'm sure we can find couple of spots in our fleet. So this was a commercial gent talking, and the head of technical was with him, and he says, only why you? I will have, because they have a new building program, they have a docking program. Those are the areas where a lot of monitoring and expenses happen. So there was a lot of enthusiasm. We have reached out to some of the shore-based logistics industry, And they too have, said, okay, good, let's see, there's a lot of scope. So this is the first batch. So they have the, how should I say, they have the good luck or good fortune of being our star and trailblazers, actually.
Thanks a lot, sir. And and I'm sure that placement is not at all a point of concern for the people who are doing this course. And the next two questions from Gaurav, it's about the documents which need to be submitted. Um, I think this may take a more longer discussion, and which it's probably better we take one-to-one with you, Gaurav. So maybe after this webinar on Monday or so, we could connect with you and explain to you about the documents. But on the third question, I think it's a very valid question. And over here, let me call in Professor Veepan to ask about, what can the students expect in the in the examination which they would be giving, especially the one which you would have IMAT. And then I will request Capt. Chandrakant to talk about his preparation. How did you prepare for the exams, the interview, the written that you have? So first, Professor Veepan, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, as far as the IIM Mumbai management aptitude test is concerned, so the pattern would be just identical of and the standard of the CAT. Yeah, so it would be a duration of 1 hour, and it would comprise of various sections like data interpretation, right? Logical reasoning, uh, general knowledge, some sort of questions would be there related to that, and followed by the same pattern that we could see in the standard format. We could see the question that we could find in the CAT examination, right? So there not be any technical question as far as the shipping is concerned. Only it would be a generic general awareness, right? One of the aspect would be, and then followed by the various topics like verbal ability, reading comprehension, data interpretation, logical reasoning, and quantitative aptitude type of questions would be there. I hope I try to address the question that has been raised by the participant.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick one. Do we have the dates for our IMAT exams for now?
Yeah. So we have already shortlisted some of the dates, and once the website is ready, right, it would be available on our public domain. Then the participant get the clarity. So please wait for another week. As I have already discussed, Pankaj ji, we are working on it, and that information can be shared for all the participants who has enrolled for this webinar, right? We can mail them, we can or they can take the update from the LinkedIn or other social media platform, right? Yeah, in 1 week we'll issue the notification, and the application forms will also be notified in that website.
Would you have any negative marking, sir, in this examination?
As of now, but I cannot comment on that as of now, as seen the pattern of earlier, because there is another committee which works upon the pattern that need to be decided. But yes, in the last year there was no negative marking.
Noted. So, Captain Chandrakant, how did you prepare and for the examination last time?
Actually, if I talk about the preparation of the exam, that time I was sailing, so nothing special for the exam, but yes, I touched upon to the basics, because we were going back to this college and university after a long, so like basics of the probability and all these type of things, just I refreshed, otherwise nothing much. And we are always in touch with the current affairs and everything, so that's it from my end.
All right, great. Good to know. Let's move to the next question. Priyanka Chabria, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you need at least 3 years, 3 to 5 years of experience to get into this course, Captain Pankaj. Is that correct?
Yes, for mariners, it is graduation plus 3 years of sailing experience, that is CDC. after the first certificate of competency. And for non-mariners, it is graduation plus 5 years of work experience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir, Captain Gaurav, Captain Pankaj, a quick question, if it is okay. As you mentioned, it's graduation plus 3 to 5 years. I don't have an exact graduation. I have a diploma in nautical sciences from BITS Pilani. Plus, I have a certificate of equivalency from Mumbai University stating that the COC of master is equivalent to BSc nautical sciences degree from the particular university. Will that document be acceptable?
Have you done all your competency exams from India?
That is affirmative, sir.
All right. So there is a circular from the Director General of Shipping. I think it's number 6 of 2022 or something, which says that your second mates, if you have done it from India, is equivalent to the graduation certificate given by Association of Indian Universities. That is Alpha India Uniform, AIU. So all that you have to do is with your second mate certificate, apply to them, and within a week they give you a graduation certificate, and that is acceptable.
Or all right, sir. So I'll need to go through that process first before I apply here, correct?
Yeah, current batch of students, there are few who have done this and they are already pursuing this course. Because please understand, I will accept graduation only from a recognized university, and also it has to be a directive from the government. So DG Shipping's circular is the directive, AIU is the recognized university, and once you have that certificate, you are accepted.
Understood, sir. Thank you very much for the clarification.
On how do you apply for this, Karan? If you write to education@cnbeyond.com, my colleagues will tell you more about the application process for the certification from AIU as well.
Understood, Captain. Gaurav, education@cnbeyond. I'll get in touch with that, sir.
We will write in the chat window as well.
Yes.
And just while we are on this topic, just to add that you need to have an Indian COC for this. So because I saw a couple of more questions, if you do not have an Indian COC and you do not have a degree, then it becomes a little tough because you will not be able to get an equivalency certificate from AIU basis of foreign COC. So that's just to add on to what we discussed. Moving on. This is a question from Logesh, and he's asked about reservations. And I think Professor Veepan, you had referred to some reservations while you were discussing. Could you explain a little bit more on that? Are there any reservations in the program as such?
Yes, so we are filling the seats of this program as per the reservation of India, which the government is asking us to fill the seat as per the reservation policy. So certainly we'll follow that measure in order to fill the seats. Yeah.
Noted, sir. I'm not sure how many people would have asked this question, but Logesh asked this question on why is it called True Blue? And Captain Shiv, would you want to take this up?
Okay. The CMMI, this program, when it was conceived, it was felt that it should be launched under a brand name because the company of Master Mariners does quite a few other courses, etc., professional courses for the maritime profession they run and other activities they do. So to distinct this from, well, this is a purely academic program, so it'd be distinctive. We branded it as a True Blue, under the True Blue brand rather. That's all. There's nothing more to it than that.
Sure. Thanks. Logesh, your next question has already been answered. Captain Mitesh, your question on the duration of the subject, credit scores, etc., has already been taken. But even if we take it again, you may need a revision of it. So we have the slides prepared for it, which we will share after the webinar. And in case you have any more doubts, we can take it up one-to-one as well. Pankaj, I think Captain Captain Pankaj had a slide specifically to answer your question on what will this course empower me with. I think his last slide focused specifically on this question, and I hope it's already been answered. All right, I think this is a very relevant question from Arthik Kanal, and I may possibly ask Professor Jasashwi to take this. And this is on how the curriculum is relevant to the emerging topics, especially focused on the technology. And if you may, tell us what kind of technology or would be taught and how the relevance in this particular field would be taken in the course, Professor Jasashwi.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So, in our curriculum, as Veepan sir has said, we have some technical subjects which are very aligned to the future trends and emerging technologies. Like we have data science for managerial decisions or business statistics. Then we also have business applications of AI and ML techniques where the courses will be taught with different case studies in different domains, how we can apply different machine learning algorithms like regression or random forest or neural networks, how we can leverage these techniques into the supply chain and logistic problems. So that will be very in a very detailed manner will be taught in the courses by the IIM Mumbai faculty members in different subjects. And also there will be technique there will be subjects which is focused on techniques also. So I hope I have answered the question. If there is anything else, I can clarify.
Sure, no, I think that's pretty much, you answered it well.
Yeah, Gauravji, I would like to add one more point.
Please.
In relation to this also, we are conducting global online courses like GenAI application in supply chain. So the topic is very new, though it is at the nascent stage, but it is very trending and evolving topic, right? So as we could figure out the topics which are very in the nascent stage and they are emerging, we are offering them in the form of microcredit, and these not as microcredit, sorry, offering them as a global online certification program. And we are also ensuring that these programs are also a part of the Executive MBA program which we are running, right? So participants who are enrolled in this maritime program can also join global online certification courses, which we are conducting from time to time on the recent trends which are happening in the business environment world.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the distinct advantages of doing a full-time or a long-term programs. So I did my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and they had this general management and shipping course. While I got to attend that course for free, and actually the cost of the fees of that course is about 1 lakh rupees or so. So that's something which every IIM has, and you get a chance to attend these very specialized programs and of international nature as well. So thanks for that, Professor Veepan. Okay, so Pankaj, difference between this course and IMU, I think we can only talk about our course. Comparing it to another course may not be right, but anything on this course, more than happy to answer. Your question on managing the curriculum while sailing, that's already been taken by both Captain Pankaj and Captain Vinay as well, Captain Chandrakant too. And networking opportunities, that's a question from Arthik. I think that's already.
As far as the curriculum is concerned, I just want to add some points in relation to that. So as far as the credit to be earned, there are some expectations that bare minimum which is expected from the students who are part of this program. If you talk about the evaluation, it comprises of 100 marks, right? So we have midterm and end terms are there. and also the continuous evaluations in the form of conducting quiz, uh, having some random test, giving assignment, group presentations, so that flexibility is there with the teacher. And these assessments are very challenging sometimes. It can vary from faculty to faculty. So, first of all, so attendance and the dedication, submission, on-time submission. So these are some of the requirements which the candidates need to fulfill in order to have on-time submission as far as assignment is concerned, and how the things are expected as far as the evaluation scheme of each subject which are part of this course.
Thanks, Professor. Noted. All right, I'll move to the next question. Pankaj, your question on career options, that's already been taken. Arthik, your question on ROI, and I mean, we understand your view, but the ROI should not be taken in terms of just pure itna paisa dala or itni salary nigli. These are transformative courses. You know, it changes the way you see things, the way you think, the way you react, and probably Captain Pankaj can talk more about the ROI from this course, and we more or less talk about the job placements as such, but and Pankaj could again touch upon that once.
Well, I think I'm the wrong person to answer that. Professor Veepan and Professor Jasashwi can answer that. There was a news a few months back where in the mainstream newspapers, that is Times of India, where IIM had where it was very proudly announced that every single candidate from IIM's management batch was placed and placed at extremely high salaries. I don't remember the exact figures, but they were placed at very high salaries, and that was a headline. So I think that answers the question. If you do a course from IIM, I don't think you need to have any doubts about placement. Because, well, to put it bluntly, IIM is a very prestigious course. It is unquestionably one of the best institutes in not only India, but across the world. So placement should be the last thing on your mind. Salaries, of course, salaries will be market driven, but allow me to tell you that if there is an opening in a logistic industry, if 100 people apply with their logistic background, you are going to apply with your logistic degree as well as your master's or your sailing experience. So obviously, any company is going to prefer you, and not they're going to prefer you over the other applicants. So I don't think you need to worry on that front at all.
Noted, Captain Pankaj. And just moving to the next question. Yeah, the next question is from Shiv. And do we have any scholarships offered for this course, please?
I think Captain Halbe would be the right person to answer that.
Okay. Happy to announce that though scholarships itself is not really being thought of, but considerable, how should I put it? A considerable sum has been promised by the Maritime Union of India as a cash prize for performance-based outcomes. If you stand first and second, they are going to offer cash prizes. It is going to start from this batch, the current batch. So the future batch will also get that benefit. And they have committed to do that at least for the next 2 years. And then they will, continue. We don't see any reason why they will not continue with it.
Thanks, Captain Halbe.
And this
Professor
is just we just took this up last month, and this is the outcome. So we haven't really gone out in the industry, but I think as more and more alumni come out in the industry, we will, I think, find more and more people giving a scholarship or some reward or something like that.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. The next question for you, Professor Veepan. Could you advise what's the faculty to student ratio And I think, Arthik, we've already discussed about the maritime modules and the experience that the trainers would have in the industry as well. That's all the Captain Pankaj talked about. But Professor Veepan, if you could talk about faculty.
As far as the operations faculty are concerned, we have near about 20 faculties, and in regards to the other areas, we have sufficient number of faculty members, but still we are recruiting the lot of faculties from the premium institute, right, who has completed their PhD. So that aspect is going on. Now, as far as the maritime and the experience of the
So do you have
faculty,
a number in mind as a ratio in terms of, do we keep it to a certain level at one professor with how many students?
I'm not sure about that, but I think we have sufficient number of faculty members who are engaged in various academics program. Yeah. And what the question, in continue with the question that the participant has raised, here IIM Mumbai is involved in various practical oriented research, right? We are having a lot of consulting, and that too from maritime industry also, right? As if you talk about, we have different ports, uh, we have various terminals also, and we are getting a lot of consulting in the area of maritime. And the faculty members, irrespective of any area, they are highly engaged and part of the different projects which are being assigned by the ministry, which can be the port logistics, which can be maritime. So lot of experience and lot of consulting has been completed by the different faculty members who are in this area. So that was a question that was raised by him, that does the faculty members have the practical oriented experience in the area of maritime? So yes, many of the faculties already had a lot of consulting assignment which are in the domain of port logistics, which are in the domain of shipping, which are in the domain of maritime, and other emerging area which are coming up like Maritime 4.0. So yeah, so as the forte of this institute, we have also giving lot of training programs, not only to the corporate houses but also to the PSUs, which are inclined towards the have their orientation toward port logistics, port operations, maritime operations, right? So yeah, so sufficient experience of the faculty is there, and in addition to that also, the courses which are part of this curriculum of the MBA program, the faculties are giving very relevant experience, right? Sharing their relevant experience as and if when it is required. For example, they are sharing their consulting, the field project they have completed, or they are connecting the concept by giving the example of some maritime, keeping in the mind of maritime supply chain and logistics, not keeping the things very generic, but adding the perspective with regards to the maritime industry, right? So I hope it makes sense what the question that has been raised. I tried to address it. Yeah.
Understood. Just in continuation to that, we have a question from Captain Saket. Do you know the batch size, the maximum batch size for this one?
Yeah. So as far as the batch size is concerned, we will fill the seats based on the students who will qualify, right? So we will keep those things in mind in relation to the candidates who will qualify the exam, right? And then accordingly, the merit list will be prepared. And then we have something that we need to discuss with the academic office, and the list would be generated. And as far as the number is concerned, I'm not, it's difficult for me to comment at this stage, but certainly we will follow the procedure what is being managed by our academic section of the institute. Yeah.
Right, Professor. What's the current batch
Sorry
size,
to
sir?
jump in. Sorry to jump in, Captain Noor here. So, could you tell us, like, in one online class, how many maximum
Yeah.
students will be joining? It should not be like more than 40 students in an online class and one professor addressing all the students. It will not be that interactive. So that was the idea of asking this ratio of one professor addressing how many students in an online class.
Captain Noorji, you are speaking?
Yes, sir. I was.
Yes. So let me just brief you about the current scenario, right? The batch one, which is there, and I think Pandeyji is also have explained his experience and Chandraji has also explained in series. So in last year, we enrolled around 42 students. Captain ji, I'm right? Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
you just the faculty members have a good control in asking, in making the things very engaging, keeping them in an engaging mode, also making them participate in the different case studies which are there. So it should not be that only the faculty is teaching. It should not be in one way. It has to be made very interesting. It should be participative in the sense. So one faculty is taking care. Basically, for every course, there are two dedicated faculty members. So depending upon his or her availability, they can decide the content to be covered. So for example, if I teach operations management or data science for example, data science for managerial decision is a subject. So online, all the 42 students will join and the faculty will be teaching, one faculty who will be teaching, plus we can have one more faculty who can also be a part of this. So certainly for each and every course, we have dedicated two faculty members. So one faculty would be contributing near about 15 hours, the rest of the 15 hours will be taken up by other faculty members. Not only that, some of the faculties are also calling the industrial, maybe the industry leaders who have already had gained good fame and recognition in the field of maritime supply chain, asking them to quote some examples in align and in objective of the course. For example, if it is a data science course, we can ask because this institute is a very had a lot of alumni connect, right? It is a 60-year-old institute. Alum Connect is very highly very strong. So many of the faculty members are also involving the industry session, which are also part of the 30 hours. So likewise, the things are planned, and it is not only in one mode the things are planned. For example, in the case studies to be discussed, first it is sent to the participants, and they are asked to read it well before the class, and then the teacher engage them during the participation. Yeah. Captain Noorji, I hope I'm able to answer your reply.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Regarding the interactive interaction, I mean, keeping the class interactive was well
Yes.
answered.
Yes.
But the size you said, like even if it's
Despite of the
40
fact,
still,
subject to the condition that you have good, reliable internet connectivity, first of all, right? Yeah. The candidate is sincere. And for example, he's attending the class, partially he's in the class, but partly he's somewhere other. So it is very difficult because in physical, you have the full control, right? But in case of digital, it is the sincerity of the participant who is a part of the program to take care to be remain involved, right? Because teacher is delivering the lecture in one part, right? And the rest of the students are in digital, they are joined online, right? So peeping into the things, it would be difficult. So lot of dedication, discipline is also required from the participant side in order to successfully have the learning experience, right? Yeah, one in good, reliable, stable type of internet, right? Second, dedication and discipline in terms of asking the question, making them engage, right? Because for it is, I think one session is of 90 minutes. So faculty has also kept the things that need to be covered in 30 minutes, in 90 minutes, right? So in order to execute that, he has planned already. So already he has to cover a lot of the things that he or she has planned, right? So certainly it would be a engaging, interactive, participation type of things would be there. But certainly you require lot of expectation from your side also is also demanded in order to make it more interactive and engaging. Yeah.
Thanks, Professor. Thank you. I see Harvinder has raised your hand, but let me take a couple of more questions and then I'll come back to you. And guess we have another 12 minutes before we close this session up, so we'll quickly have to wrap it up. I'm clubbing two questions of Pankaj Kaushik, and this is again for you, Professor Veepan. can the recording of the sessions be available? That's question number one, especially if a person doesn't is not able to attend. And second is, what is the attendance percentage, minimum attendance percentage that you would want from the attendees, from the participants?
Yeah. So as far as the attendance policy is concerned, we are following the same PGP rules which are there because it is an academic program. I think that is 75 or 80%. Professor Jasashwi, if I'm right, it is 80 or 75%.
Yes, for them it is 75%.
Yeah.
And for our offline MBA students, it's 85%. So
Yes.
for executive people, since they are on, someone is sailing, maybe someone is stuck somewhere. So the percentage is less, 10% less from the normal MBA. 75% is the minimum percentage.
So out of 20, the participant can miss 4 classes. That means he has to
Yes,
attend
yes.
16 classes. 16
Out
is
of
mandatory.
20, yeah, 4 they can miss, 16 they have to attend.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you
You
provide
are in were in mute. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You were in mute. Yeah. Now it's fine.
Would you provide recording of if in case someone misses?
No recording.
No recording. All right.
So, yes, sir. No recording for our IIM Mumbai faculty member they are taking. And there is one global online course taken by Professor David Simchilevi. So for that, we provide recordings because that's fully online. And for after course completion, maybe like 15 days, we will provide the recording.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Going to the next question. So would the degree certificate have any mention of whether it's a hybrid course, partially online course? By any chance, would that have a mention on the certification?
Yes, that actually we cannot comment it now because we have our committee, so that we have to discuss in the committee what to write in the degree.
Madam, I'll come in. I
Yes.
spoke to Dr. Jha before we started this course, and she said there will be no mention of any such thing.
Thanks, Captain Pankaj. Understood. Okay, Harvinder has raised his hand. Harvinder, you may speak your question, please. Harvinder, would you want to speak? You have your hands raised. All right. Let me move to the next question. Jasraj reference study material for the entrance. I think that's already been discussed, and both Professor Veepan and Chandrakant also discussed about the entrance. Okay, Harvinder is there. All right, Harvinder, you want to take your question up? You're on mute.
Arvinder, please unmute yourself.
Okay, can you listen me, sir?
Yeah, there's echo, but we can.
Okay, I'll just switch off the speaker now. Actually, I'm on board, and I wanted to check regarding the eligibility criteria. I'm holding UK Masters, and basically, I want to check if the UK Masters candidates are eligible, and because we do have BSc Nautical Studies from University of Mumbai, and presently I'm sailing in offshore, but I have been in main fleet in tankers before, sailing since 2004.
Pankaj, would you want to take that?
Yeah, well, this equivalent certificate from University of Mumbai is not acceptable. Like I said earlier, if you have second mates from India, then Director General of Shipping, which is India, they have given this directive which says that it is equivalent to BSc Nautical Science from AIU, Association of Indian Universities. But since it is Director General Shipping India, they can't give any directive for people who have certifications from non-India countries. That means from UK or Singapore. So if you can approach your people who have given your certificate and get some kind of an equivalent certificate from some university there, then it is possible that we can request IIM to consider it. But as of now, it is no.
Okay, sir, that answers my question. Thank you. I have a couple of candidates here who are rather with similar background. Captain Sarvesh is there, then the other friends are there. So we all are in same boat actually with the UK masters and UK certifications.
I understand.
Yeah.
Right. Moving to the next question from Vikas Shingate, and he has a oh no, sorry, there's another question from him, and his question was that if a person does this postgraduate program and he wants to go out and do the next upgrade outside India, is the certification valid? And for example, whatever you want to do a PhD or something. So Professor Veepan, if you could throw some light on the next upgrade is possible outside India with this particular degree.
Yes, Gauravji. So that eligibility, if the university he is or she is applying for doing PhD, except the online degree, then they can go for it. It again depends upon the on the university in which he or she is applying, right? So I cannot comment on that it is acceptable or not. It certainly depends upon the university demand and the requirement, right, in which he or she is applying for PhD. Yes, certainly. But yes, so this degree is MBA degree, right? But as mentioned by Pankaj, that in the certification or the degree it will not be mentioned anything. Pankaj, can you please elaborate on it so that the ambiguity which is arising in the minds of the participants or the people who are part of this webinar can
absolutely, sir. When we were formulating this course and discussing with IIM, we had a very extensive discussion, and IIM had assured that there will be nothing mentioned on the certificate. And this question came up in the last batch also, whether this degree is good enough to do any higher studies outside India. And Dr. Jha had very categorically and clearly said this is the finest institute of India. Their degrees are accepted worldwide. There will be hardly any university in the world which will say no to a degree from IIM. So I don't think we need to worry on that front.
Noted, sir. Noted. Thanks. While we were on this question, I think there's a very relevant point which Captain Mitesh Lama has raised. And and I'm not sure whether this was discussed earlier, sir, but there is this World Education Services. It's a non-profit organization which is based in US, Canada, and it essentially accreditates an experience or a professional degree to a certain to a certain level of degree. So, for example, they can or they have already accredited Masters FG to a graduation level at least. And I know that because I also had that. This was 10 years back. So whether accreditation from WES, would that be considered as a and would, if a person has that, would that person be eligible to get into this course, please?
Is that question directed to me?
To you, to Professor Veepan, any of you, sir?
All I can say is that let us discuss about this. Nobody has approached us with such a question. We can approach IIM, Professor Veepan, Professor Jasashwi is here. So we can approach IIM and request them to give us some guidelines on this. And please allow us some time to come back with it. So currently, I cannot question on it, but yes, this is a very fine point raised by whoever has raised this point, and we will discuss it with IIM and revert.
Right. Because I was one of them when I didn't have a degree. I actually went and took this WES. This was, as far as I remember, at least this made me eligible for IIM Bangalore, and this was 10 years back. And so any which way, may I request Captain Mitesh, if you could email to education@c and beyond with your question. I have this WES qualification certificate. I can attach that as a sample of what the final product would look like, and hopefully we get some an answer, and hopefully on the positive side from IIM Mumbai. So you
Yes,
have
sir.
your WES report as well.
Yes, sir. I'll mail my WES report so that the other masters who are from the UK background, they can also correlate with this one. And if it is acceptable, you can mail them as well, and they can apply to WES report for their credential report. It's a ECA, Education Credential Report from the WES.
Okay.
And it is acceptable for worldwide. Even UK or Dubai, they are accepting. I have already cross-checked with this for the master degrees.
I know. Thanks for bringing this up, Captain Mitesh. I appreciate. Then we'll take the final two questions. We are already at 4:30. This is from Aarti. The expense of offline module, in any which way, in terms of accommodation or I don't know, food, would IIM cover for the expenses of the offline module?
I'll answer that. I'm sorry, Professor Veepan, if you allow us. I'll answer that.
Yes, sir. Sir, please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. CMI and IIM is only going to help in getting the accommodation. You have to arrange for yourself, but yes, we are there standing behind you to help in getting any kind of accommodation. We have done that for batch number 1, which is coming to Mumbai for their offline classes in 2-3 days' time. But the expense for that and the boarding and lodging is on the candidate. Fees which is being charged is purely an educational fees. It is not for boarding and lodging. I hope that clears your question, please.
I think it does, sir. One final question, and does the fee cover the study material, books, and all? Does the fee cover the books, study material?
I think that's for Professor Veepan to answer, sir.
So as far as the books are concerned, we are giving access to our library, which has subscription to various journals and the HBS case studies, right? Sorry, not HBS, the SAGE case studies. So they are available to all the people who are part of this program. They can use the digital resources in relation to get more update on the topic in relation to any particular topic they want to explore. So digital, you are a part of digital resources where there are a large number of e-books, journals, right, research papers, and as far as the physical books are concerned, we are not giving any physical books, right? But the reading material which are given by the respective faculties, based on their comfort level, they are sharing the PPTs or the reading material they are providing to them. So it depends faculty to faculty, but majority of the faculties are giving their slides, which are covered in this in the class. Yeah.
Right, sir.
I just answer one maritime part of it, Gaurav.
Please go ahead, sir.
The maritime books are quite specialized, being very trade specific. So we have acquired a large number of maritime books, and these books will be placed in the IIM library physically for the students to refer to, which Professor Veepan mentioned. The library is accessible. At the moment, we do not have much online content because these books are not available. So many of them are online, but we are trying our best to see how best to get some of them at least online for remote access.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, and understood. I'll let one last final question from Pankaj Kaushik. You've raised your hand, and I guess you've already had a lot of questions on the chat window as well. Please go ahead, and then we'll go for the final feedback poll.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, please.
Good evening, sir. My question is to Captain Pankaj, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask more about that, whether it will be feasible to do the course while on board, since you know, like 10 to 12 hours of work goes on every day, and then 6 to 8 hours of rest. That leaves the seafarer only 4 to meager 6 hours of time every day, and that too takes up personal chores and other things. And also, that time may not coincide with the timing of the classes. And also on ship to ship, the internet speed, if the speed is good, the data pack that is given to the seafarer is very small. So the unavailability of offline or recorded lectures, it can create an issue for a person who is still sailing. So is there any solution for that, or is the course is still being, the framework is still being developed and something is going to be done about it?
Well, I think this. Thank you for this question. This is a query which every seafarer has in his mind, his or her mind, and I think Captain Chandrakant has already answered that. He has done both the modules while being on board, and as far as the work in rest hours are concerned, I don't think IIM or CMI can plan that for you. That is, something which is your choice. You want to do something excellent and brilliant in life. You want to achieve something fantastic in life. So I would only request that you please find time for it. Maybe 2, 3 years of hard work is going to pay you handsomely after you finish this course. I can only request, to spare some time for this lovely course. The choice is totally yours. I cannot comment on your work in rest hours. I do understand, and I think Professor Jasashwi has clarified that the attendance requirement for other students is 85 to 90%. So when this course was being created, we went to IIM and said, look, somebody might be approaching a port, a vessel is leaving a port, or there is a station going on, or a boat and fire drill going on, or you're passing English Channel or Singapore Channel. So, and they very clearly, IIM was very cooperative. They accepted that this is a practical problem. And they said, yes, for you, we will reduce it to 75%, which is a big achievement. Your work in rest hours, sir, I don't think I'm the right person to comment on that. This is for you to decide whether you think you can accommodate the course within your work schedule. All I can do is encourage you to do it. You will not regret it after 2 years when you finish it. Captain Chandrakant is a live example here.
All right, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks everyone for your questions. We'll have two quick polls coming in, and the first one is basis whatever you have heard, learned, do you look forward to enrolling for this course? You need time to think, no, and if so, if you are planning to, which year do you plan to enroll for this course? That's the first question. And um, to anyone, Smita, if you could just put in the chat window the contact details where a person could email, call, WhatsApp for any and every queries that you have. You could possibly connect to us or the numbers over there, and we will answer your queries. The recordings will be shared, the brochure will be shared, the presentation will be shared for the entire session as well.
Uh, Sorry to interrupt, sir. Like Himanshu here.
Go ahead.
Sir, I just was going through the slides and I found like there were 12 modules like among the maritime sector. Out of those 12 electives, we can choose 5 electives. And I just wanted to know, like, is there any topic covered for the charterings? Like, if the supply chain management and the operations are concerned, like, there need to be certain topics regarding chartering that need to be covered, but I couldn't find any electives related to the chartering. So, do you intend to include chartering in the near future, or is it like what we have right now?
I know it's covered, but I think Captain Pankaj can give more information.
Yeah, Captain, that is covered in your the courses on the module. If you had looked at module 3, there is a very strong coverage of chartering, and not just for dry bulk. It also covers liquid cargoes, and LNG and LPG. So it is all there, covered very extensively as a proper course and not as an elective. But yes, elective is going to take you one step further. So it is already covered there. We have already allowed for that.
And so another thing, like what doubt I'm having, like there are certain universities like National University of Singapore, like which is instead of very high repute as far as the supply chain and management is concerned. So like how we guys, like if we try to offer this course, how we are going to fare against those graduates who are getting out from that colleges, like which are offering the full-time courses, and here we are like it is kind of part-time offline and part-time it is online. So how are we going to fare amongst those? Like will we guys be having any problems like while facing for the placement interviews and all? So that is another thing. Thank you.
Captain, the only way I can answer is that if you do MBA from a particular college and you do MBA from another college and you go for a job placement, the answer is there before you. Whoever is the employer is going to make sure that you are from a reputed college. I can't comment on the validity or the strength of a national NUS degree, but I can most certainly comment on the strength, the power, and the prestige of IIM Institute. And I have told you, I've spoken about this earlier also. I don't think you need to have any doubts. And personally, as a colleague and a fellow seafarer, I think you should not bother so much about the placement, because IIM by itself is a college where it carries a name for itself. I don't think I can comment on that. There's enough people in the market who are willing to absorb candidates coming out of IIM. And it will be unfair to compare IIM with any other degree, any other college. Tomorrow somebody will ask the same question to National University of Singapore, that how is your degree better than what is given by Harvard or what is given by Oxford? It would be an unfair question and very, very incorrect for me to answer such a question. Every college carries its own prestige.
Right, guys. I think I've found one question from Captain Noor, which is there for the eligibility criteria, does a person need to have 60% in the during +2 or graduation? Is that a criteria for admission? No, Pankaj. All right.
No, not at all. It's just graduation, 3 years after certificate of competency, graduation, or 5 years for a non-mariner. There is no percentage here.
No, but the GMAT is there. So we'll,
no, he's, correct.
Your IMAT GMAT.
Asking. Yeah, but he's asking about 10 + 2 marks.
True. We have not gone into that. But those who are with a maritime background, they will know that when they did their certification or when they entered the maritime sector, there was a 60% in 12th standard requirement when they entered. Yeah. So that automatically means, but it's not there. We are not going to.
Actually, the question is for the graduation, aggregate in the graduation.
No, there isn't any. The GMAT, IMAT takes care of that.
Okay, thanks.
I've put the final poll on your screen, and it's a feedback question in terms of was the session useful and how would you rate the session? And in case you would like any improvements, anything which you might have missed, or you would have liked, you may feel free to write in the chat window now, or you may write to us later on in terms of any inclusions which you may want. And that's a final poll question to all of you. Once again, if you would like to know more, apply, you may email to education@cnbeyond.com, or there are a couple of numbers also provided on your in the chat window. You may call, WhatsApp, message, whatever, and I'm sure they will be answered absolutely quickly. Right. I think at least everyone who have answered the poll, they found the session useful, and thanks for that. let me thank all the presenters over here, Captain Shiv Halbe, Captain Pankaj Kapoor, to the professors, Professor Veepan, and Professor Jasashwi, and of course, the current students, Captain Vinay, Captain Chandrakant, and to all the attendees over here. Saturday afternoons, not the best time. It's generally a family time, to many a nap time. You don't get that on the weekdays. So all of you, at least maybe 80 of you will spend that much of time with us on this session. I hope it's worth your time, and we're happy to help at any point of time if you may need. Thank you once again for being here. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you, Gauravji, for nicely moderating the session. And I also thanks Captain Halbe ji and Captain Pankaj Kapoor ji and Captain Philip ji for giving us the opportunity to present our views in terms of the presenting the program structure to the participants who are part of this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Veepan and Professor Jasashwi. We will
Thank
be
you,
in touch
Professor
about.
Veepan, and thank you, everybody. Wonderfully done. Very well. Thank you.
I didn't see you, Captain Philip.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
everyone.
Thanks. I'll stop the recording now.
Could you put some contact details in the